him, Gray was in him, were inquiring about the control devices that were attached to those creatures that you have in here, and connecting the obvious lines between the platforms to these giant stained glass archways around the three giant gears, again connected to the center of this district. The only thing I would say that, well, the only thing that I added is I have 3 plague carts I centered around town. Not really as to know, like, oh, go to the plague cart and see what's up, just to depict that there is a large series of deaths and stuff connected to the poisoning of the city's water supply. So they're essentially digging up dead modrons and other creatures that have died all across this area of the city. And they're just kind of carting around and shoveling in corpses into these plague carts.
And these people thought we did that, so to prove our innocence, we killed the dragon.
Yep.
Okay. We should go home.
Because justice.
Yes, trial by combat. Need to bring that back.
So if we get in trouble again, we can just kill something for more EXP.
Oh, dude, yes!
I think we're the champions, so wouldn't we fight ourselves?
Just gonna keep on minorly inconveniencing their law system until we hit level 20.
I'm just gonna... oh shit. I'm gonna pickpocket Bogey.
Our next trial combat, we're going to have a day fight Blondo, and then we're going to have deranged fight Click Clack. Good luck.
Oh, Christ.
Be careful what we wish for. Hey, welcome.
Welcome back. Or not back, but...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, welcome back. Another week. It's another week.
Yeah.
Is Ben there? He's been here for a while, but I haven't heard him talk, so
I'm just eating dinner.
Okay, just making sure you can... Like, your mic wasn't muted and you didn't know it, or... But that's where we stopped. Madge left kind of right around when Dex was checking out this menagerie of trees and stuff right here, and again connecting the dots between the control rods that you guys had, which were, was it 50? Let me check.
Thought it was
57, 58.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll mark them right here to you just so there's no question.
So guys, days effective AC right now is 14. Sorry, this supposed to be 14, and Blondo's is 11. So I suggest, and I'm just throwing this out there, that we go to a store,
And
maybe
rob it?
and buy some armor.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
I'm also going to add the slight character fluff to that. Blondo is quite winded as well. It's almost as though he should have died, but somehow didn't.
Exhausted.
Yeah, let's say that.
How much gold is 1,000 platinum?
10,000 gold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Loki just realized he had money.
What gold? I got 18,000 gold.
Nice.
I should spend some of that on things with magical bonuses.
By the way, Bogey, did you ever sell my old gift card that I gave you?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, where was the blacksmith? It was like over in this area somewhere.
Tabitha's Craftwork.
There it is, Tabitha. I need 2 armors, please. Preferably heavy, very heavy.
I can't find it on this wiki. I'm gonna grab player's handbook really fast.
Are you sure you want heavy? You look really tired.
At least for day.
Okay. Armor page 101. Oh, that's actually not that expensive. To make it masterwork, it's only extra 300 gold. So the armor is 1,000 gold. So masterwork, mechanist gears are only 1,300.
Okay, I'll buy 2 of them. Wait, how heavy? How heavy are they?
They're in the planar, planar handbook.
Okay. All right, I'll work out all those details on the side, but let me give you the gold real quick before I forget. So 1,300 each.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I found the page here too. It says, oh no, that is not 1,300. Shit. For some reason I thought it was only 1,000.
How much is it?
It says it's 1,750 for the armor.
So 2,050.
Or one. Yeah, 2,050. It says it's on page 69 of the planar handbook. If you want to know the exact stats and weight and stuff of them.
Got a question. For the armor class calculation, when it says dex modifier, is that like
That's the
cap?
max dex modifier you can have for the armor.
Okay. So if I'm wearing no armor, I just get my flat dex bonus?
Yep.
Alright. I guess I'm not wearing any armor anymore.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy some like fancy robes with a fuck ton of pockets.
How much is, just curious, like a light or a medium armor right now? For the with the max dex bonus of 5.
Max dex bonus of +5 is studded leather, which I'm pretty sure is what I gave you.
You gave me masterwork light chain,
Oh, really?
and that's +4.
So studded leather. There is no medium armor that's +5 max dex.
Whoops. Okay.
The only one that with +5 would be light armor as studded leather.
Oh, I can still wear that, right?
Yeah,
Anyway,
I'm assuming you can go lighter than. Studded leather is only 25 gold, so if you want it masterwork, it's an extra 300, so 325.
325. Okay, definitely do.
But well, just so you know, its armor is +3, but its max dex is +5.
That's fine.
Its armor check penalty is a lot less though, because it's only, well, it's -1, but as masterwork, it would go down to 0.
Yeah,
So it would have no armor check penalty then.
if my dex modifier or ability score modifier is freaking 12, there's no point in me wearing armor.
No.
You got any like fancy shirts I can wear that have a million
These
pockets?
I
Like,
mean, what do you want? Just that's not
wanna-
selling magical robes if that's what you're asking.
I want some like non-magical fancy robes that just have like 20 bandolier pouches in the front. So I'm just
Okay.
super lucky.
It'll be like leather in quality, but obviously not armor. Armor just to give you a wide range of movement with your natural dexterity, and you'll wear these over your natural clothing as well. Because obviously, if you're not wearing armor, you're still obviously wearing clothes underneath them.
It's
So
a flick with a bunch of bandoliers. It's gonna be great.
yeah, I don't know, 25 gold too much for you, or is that
Works for me.
all right?
On the character sheet, it's going in a fancy robe with bandolier holders.
I mean, honestly, to your armor, I had it written down that it came with bandoliers, so you could just ditch the armor and just keep wearing the bandolier. It's up to you, though. I mean, if you wanted to RP it as a different look, that's cool. She did have, because he was asking about weapons, she also sold a +2 Jovar, you already bought the lance from her, but she sold a +2 Jovar, a +2 ram hammer, and a +2, which is effectively fancy terms for a weird greatsword, a weird two-handed hammer, and a throwing ranged weapon, kind of like a, I always forget what they're called. The thing Xena has, the
Chakras?
chakram, yeah. But it's like a planar version called an amulet. It's like thinner and stuff. Like it can ignore cover saves.
Can I buy bottles of alchemist fire?
Sure.
So I'm looking at SRD and it doesn't tell me how much each bottle weighs.
I'm looking up some stuff right now. She might want to, Madge might want to buy some too, because I know she kind of started just chucking bottles of stuff at monsters.
Yeah, I was gonna stock up on some more oil and some more. Let's see, what else do I want? Definitely want some oil.
It says oil, 1 pint flask, 1 silver piece, 1 pound. Is that what you guys want? Or are you looking for something like way more
The one
deadly
I'm
than that?
looking at says specifically alchemist fire. It's like a ranged attack. And it's a fire. It's a Molotov cocktail. This is what it is. That's what it's like anyway. It does
Yeah.
fire damage. It says a direct hit deals 1d6 points of fire damage. Every creature within 5 feet where the flask hits takes 1 point of fire damage from the splash.
How much does it cost? Does it give you a price?
It doesn't say. It's just the
Yeah.
description on the SRD.
Let me keep looking here then.
And then it says on the round following a direct hit, the target takes an additional 1d6 point of damage. If desired, the target can take a full round action to extinguish.
How much damage does it do again?
1d6.
Okay.
Extinguishing the flame requires a DC 15 reflex save. Rolling on the ground provides a +2 bonus to the save, and leaping into water or whatever.
That
Stops you
doesn't
from doing
sound overly powerful. I'm gonna say
It's more like for if we run into shit regular arrows can't hit. I'm just gonna chuck fireballs at it and hope it works. But not
Yeah, that's
really
kind of what I
fireballs.
had done.
alright.
Yeah.
How about 10 gold a pop? Is that okay with you guys?
I would like to take 20 of them.
Okay.
And let's see. You said the oil was 1 silver piece and 1
The
pound.
regular oil, yeah.
Yeah.
Just 1 flask, yeah. And it says 1 pint flask. I'm assuming that's meant for like lighting oil
Yeah.
lamps and stuff. But, yeah.
Yeah. And torches. Pull up SRD here.
Torch, 1 copper piece, 1 pound.
And let's see, healing potions. Could definitely stock up on those.
She actually sold a healer's kit specifically, which you guys bought before.
Okay.
I don't know if you wanted to buy another one, but if you wanted to buy a whole other freaking kit, they cost 7,500 gold.
Who has the kit right now?
Me.
Oh,
If you want to see everything in it, Skittles wanted me to put it on a card, which is, I believe, listed down here somewhere. Yeah, right down here on the sewer map. It says medics kit.
Oh,
Those
yeah,
are
you
all
put
the
that
stuff that. Yeah, that's all the stuff in there.
oh.
Would go.
Where the hell is my character model?
You're all in front of the Cryptworks, because that's where you reappeared after being in the arena, and that's where you were talking to Nebuchadnezzar. But then you guys kind of dispatched that communication, or that communicate, and you're not directly in communication with more. He kind of just turned back around. And now I don't want to say he's necessarily guarding the Cryptworks, but he's guarding the Cryptworks.
Does this merchant sell any, I don't know, magical trinkets?
Not a ton. She did sell like a few of those eyeglasses, those weird like eyeglasses that had like a lot of pros and cons. Although she was capable of, well, actually no, she had a oil compartment where she could add to either weapons or gear for 500 gold, which would allow you to like put in like either like different kinds of, well, oils or liquids and eject them as like a free action base. Also had collapsible poles, bags of holding, ring gates sold as a pair, which essentially they're like giant shields that you can activate and create like a portal between the two. Dancing lights, or sorry, a dancing lantern, which is, as the name implies, a like kind of like a lantern, like that'll follow you like a familiar. You can pay like a regular price or a premium price to have it be an intelligent dancing lantern. And then they sold medics kits and doorbuster kits. And later on, they got like a series of those weird like eyeglasses that I could go over if you wanted to. Other than that, the weapons and armor and stuff they sell, the only like premier armor they sell is the Mechanist gear, which Skittles bought a couple of them. And then they had a few +2 magic items, which I already listed off. One of them was a heavy lance that Skittles bought.
What was that ranged weapon that you had mentioned?
An Anulet.
How do you spell that?
Annulat. It's in the planar handbook if you wanted to see it specifically.
Yeah, I was gonna look it up.
Here, I copy pasted it into the text in game.
Crit
So,
is 18. Oh, okay.
so
Slashing
Skittles,
damage,
I'll
yeah.
sell you some some ducky flotation devices to wear around your arms for 30,000 gold.
No, thanks. And Day and Blondo are just gonna sit it out if there's water involved. All it's gonna take is one little monster to poke one of those duckies.
Since your armor is just made out of gears, you need to get like a speedboat motor installed on the back of it.
Oh god.
However, she is technically able to do enchanting and magical creation. She has that ability. She just doesn't have like a huge stockage of those types of things. So if you have like a particularly powerful magic item that you want to have turned into something, that is a possibility. Although the parameters specifically of it we deal with offline.
She wouldn't happen to have any superior healing potions, would she? Or supreme?
Nope. Only thing
No.
healing wise she sells is that kit.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. In that case, I'm gonna skip that. And no bludgeoning weapons.
Technically, she sells that hammer, the ram hammer.
Yeah, that's big for me. Well,
I know
think
somebody has that mace. I don't know what happened to it. That you guys, I don't know if you guys saw that list. It was called like Titan's Little Finger or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to that thing, but
Did Croft get it?
I don't think so.
You know what? I think I will take that amulet.
It's 2,000 gold because it's a +2 magical version of it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take that because it would be a good idea for me to have something ranged.
Okay.
Heck, I am out of weapon slots.
Can I buy any magical crossbow bolts?
I sold one to you before, didn't I?
I don't remember.
Alright, let's find out.
And what size is the amulet?
Just medium.
Medium?
Guess.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
So
not
it's,
like large or small or anything for different sized creatures. I'm assuming you're just a medium sized creature anyway.
Yeah. I was just looking it up on the wiki here, and they had it different sizes, so it does different damage based on size. Make sure.
Right. No, just medium.
Medium. Okay. And you said that was 2,000 gold pieces?
Alright, I found the crossbow bolt. Specifically, you need heavy repeating crossbow bolt. Repeating crossbow bolt. What magic value do you want him to have? Just because that's the scale we're at right now, I'd be willing to go up to +3. It's 200 gold piece for +1s, 800 for +2s, and 1,800 for +3.
For one bolt?
Let's rob this guy.
I'm gonna say for 5. No, actually, yeah, no, it is. It says prices and weights are for 5 bolts. Yep, so that's for 5 of them.
Jesus. And that stacks with weapon modifiers, right?
Yes. Here, I'll link it to you in Steam. There you go. Anyway,
Any items that would bump dex at all?
no, she doesn't have like a ton of magic items that she's selling.
Okay.
I'm more likely to give stuff like that out just through dungeons and stuff. If I actually
Gotcha.
sold it, it would cost straight forges.
Right.
I mean, Bogey is trying to buy crossbow bolts, and he's basically just getting a glimpse of it.
Jesus Christ, that's expensive.
I mean, you still have that origami thing, right? That makes magic bolts.
Yeah, 10 at a time. Yeah. But I want more, just in case.
Go sleep for a week.
I mean, yeah.
Make up a thing about how Thrycreans it's their hibernation season now. So you guys gotta go build a cocoon up in the hotel.
We gotta take a long nap.
I have 3 more things on my to-do list. But
Sure.
one's kind of a question. Since Gray is not here, me and him were talking about it. He has the craft magic armor, and he's got that anvil.
Yep.
So I need to work with you about getting special items to craft magic. Because there's a couple magic armor items I want to make.
Okay.
And then I need
if it's using that anvil specifically, it has to generally be either constructed entirely out of crystals somehow, or have like a psionic ability to it in order to gain the benefits of that anvil.
Okay. Well, the breastplate is a breastplate of command. All it is +2 to leader. And then animated shields, which I guess technically could be psionic as well. But that's neither here nor there. So if I want to do that, we need to work with that out of game, I guess, on how to get those items.
Sure.
If you can think of it.
We find like if you want a breastplate made of like sapphires, which is essentially what it would be. You can make magic items. It'll have like hardness values based on the material that you've crafted out of.
Okay.
Which
cool.
I'm pretty sure you can find on SRD and stuff too. But we can go through that, and that'll help determine the price of it. Unless, of course, you can find raw materials, then that'll obviously diminish those required.
And then let's see, I need a finished tattoo, and then the other one's for Ben. Ben, I was wondering at some point, can we drop my your barn so I can get one of my followers?
Yeah, I mean, to drop the barn to get some other things out of there as well and put them back in place, you know?
Cool.
And keep in mind, you guys can now summon that barn in this city, and assuming you're not destroying things with it, if you just wanted to throw it down on a street corner or something like that, you can do so without meaning you have permission to cast magic in that capacity. So it would not land you in jail.
Yay!
We don't have
I
to
just
fight
need to-
ourselves.
I just don't have to drop it on Modron.
True. Or me, preferably, too.
But
Please
you still
don't.
can.
You can, but please don't.
I put it down here, if that's okay with you. I know you guys, all your models are still over by the Cryptworks, or a lot of them are.
Yep.
There, I just go to place as
Okay,
any.
cool.
Unless you want to.
I would like to introduce the party to someone who has been in prayer for a very long time. He's been a follower for a while. Where's my follower, guys? Like
They're on that. Beast give these over here.
I need one more, yeah.
Who do you want?
Where are they?
Over on the
this
red
is
bar.
going to be Roop. You don't have one for this yet. This is Roop Yeriv.
Do you just want me to copy Bob and bring him somewhere?
Sure, yes. Yeah, just put him next to the barn.
Rupee.
Not Garrett.
Very poor.
I'm gonna buy 40 plus 1 acid, and 40 plus 1 fire, and 40 plus 1 lightning, and 40 plus 1 poison bolts.
How much money is all that?
Wow.
1 second.
Sounds like a
Actually,
He
lot.
finds out he has money and he spends it all on arrows. Alright, this is Roop Yerov. He'll be following along with us.
Hey, Rupee, how are you?
He's in rags and he has a walking stick. And tied to the walking stick is a holy symbol.
because it's 200 gold every 5, right?
I believe so. If it's +1, that's what the.
Yep. It's not that much.
Yeah, that's fine.
Roop will be healing us.
Nice.
And he's extremely poor.
I mean, if you guys wanted to take a long rest to replenish all your spells, and if you wanted to get your tattoo, I don't know what the session, that's the word for it.
Yeah,
Your
one more
tattoo
session.
session taken care of, and whoever
Yes.
you have paid for several rooms still in the what's it called? All Worlds and in Tavern upstairs for several days, but obviously the barn is here now too if you feel more comfortable sleeping with the baby cows and your other 30 followers.
I will sleep in the barn.
What was the name of the limbo city?
Bastion.
Bastion, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with sleeping in the barn. I forget how many silver pieces is it per gold piece?
I believe 100?
10.
Or is it 10?
100? Yeah, that's
10?
what I
Oh,
thought.
10.
Oh, 10. Okay. Alrighty. Well, that makes that easy. I wanted to buy 10 flasks of that oil, so take away 1 gold piece.
Did you want the alchemist ones that Bogey bought? Or not? Or who bought the alchemist one? Or was it Dawn that bought the alchemist one?
I don't think I bought anything.
Oh. Somebody bought alchemist flasks. I thought maybe that's Bogey.
Yeah, Bogey did.
Okay.
Well, he
Yeah,
bought Alchemist Fire.
Yeah.
Regular torch or regular torch oil is good for me because I don't have dark vision. So I wanted to, buy a little bit of oil and some
Be able to
torches.
see.
Yeah.
It's generally a pretty good idea.
Yeah. Seems like we go into a lot of dungeons and stuff.
Well, in fairness, they met you in a dungeon, and
This
then
is
you
true.
fought through another dungeon, and you haven't met anywhere else with us yet. So
Yeah.
we've actually spent most of the game on a ship floating through space. So
Yeah. It's an expensive ship.
Was expensive ship.
That's right.
just FYI,
Not a ship.
the last rogue we had, they didn't rescue from the ship that they burned down. So
It's an
if
accident.
it, yeah.
Well, the
just wear
last
a life
row,
alert bracelet.
like-
Help, I'm burning and can't get up.
Then we'll know.
Alright, did you guys take care of all your?
Yeah, I got my tattoo. So I finished the Battle for Bastion tattoo.
Ooh, where is that again? Like
This
in your
one's a
eye or
sleeve.
something?
What? No. My holy symbol's in the eye. That was just like
No,
a
your
little.
thigh. Like I forget where you said
Oh.
it was because it
Oh
was
no,
like.
this is a sleeve. This is a sleeve.
Okay. Because I just like as a half dragon, a lot of your skin is like plated and armored and stuff. So I was like, where are you putting these tattoos on? Are you?
I think it was the inside of the arm.
Got you.
The consensus down the from the armpit.
I mean, I
down
think
to
you could probably find materials that could stain your natural armor and stuff too. It's just obviously different methods would have to be employed.
What is hardness?
It's like an item has a hardness. It's kind of like a makeshift HP for an item.
What the fuck does that have to do with crossbow bolts?
Not a lot, just by the nature of crossbow bolts.
I think it's if you
but-
want to break it or something like that.
Right. Well, so for example, the last game, all those crossbow bolts that you were shooting at that dragon, they all dissolved. Like you were still rolling damage, but you could not have attempted to recover those crossbow bolts afterwards because they were literally dissolving as you shot them at the.
So like, there's an option to have adamantine bolts, and it says
Yes.
bypasses hardness of 20. What does
Yes.
that mean? Is that or
Oh, yeah. So for adamantium, yeah, that's if it has a bypass on there, that means if you're hitting an object to destroy it.
Which is good if you're like when we're doing all those siege combats against like ships to ships and stuff. And if you were like trying to target specific aspects of it, having things of that nature would have been more benefit.
Yeah.
Although I think considering you had siege weapons, maybe adamantine ballista bolts would have been specifically more helpful.
Yeah. Also, specifically more expensive than her early poor game.
I mean, by the end of that ship's lifespan, it was being held together by psionic glues.
True.
so I'm about to buy a bunch of adamantine bolts, I guess, because I still have 11,000 gold left.
Did you take a vow of poverty?
Oh, well, it's just gonna all get put to good use.
Don't let them know my secret. Our Roop's secret.
I said, I didn't say the word to. I was very careful not to give away your secret, but you did. Alright. So, given what you guys just kind of came from, and now knowing really what the next task is at hand, are you guys doing anything towards that end, or are you guys doing something else? Again, the only thing I've added to the city, I mean, all the other NPCs that you see around the town are still there. The only thing I've added are these plague carts, which are patrolling the cities and shoveling corpses of Modrons and other planar denzynes into the backs of.
That's what these gray patrols are over here.
No, it says plague cart. Specifically says plague cart, and there's a corpse shovelers on each one, and there's 3 of them running around.
Gosh,
And it's not really more or less to say come visit them, unless you want to get the plague, I guess. But it's more just to depict that the poisoned water supply from that aberration, whatever that was, because you don't obviously know full details of it. They are in effect now. They're starting to have an effect on the people here. So it's more than just a bureaucratic stop hold. Now it's starting to infect actual people in like a more sinister sickness way as well. So people are effectively trapped here, and now they're also becoming sick.
Okay.
Wait, is this Splint or what?
What is Splint?
What's the name of the city?
I never gave for this city. I never gave a name for it. I just said this is a district of Mechanum.
Okay, right.
Although I find it odd that we played this map for like 4 or 5 games or something now, and you're the first person to actually ask what's the name of it.
Okay, if I remember correctly, we have a couple tasks at hand. One's to get the hamsters back over there.
Right.
Another one is the mountain / rock over here. Heavily implied to have a big baddie over there, or not a big baddie, but it was taken. It was
right. I forget which one of you asked it when you were inquiring to Nebuchadnezzar about different things. I want to say it was Dawn, actually, but I'm not 100% sure,
Surprising, right?
was asking where that dragon came from. And basically, it is a, if you knew the lore of Rust Dragons, not that your characters would necessarily know that, but they are actually lawful creatures, like just neutral lawful creatures. So I thought it kind of made sense for them to be in there. It's a planar dragon with a lawful, pure lawful alignment, so it's hard to find dragons that would exist in Mechanus specifically. But based on the new laws and the way that they're being upheld in this district, they essentially found a reason to imprison said dragon. Like, it was no longer just welcome to live out its life in its lair. And that's how it ended up in the situation that it was in, imprisoned in that arena and being used to communicate sentencing for people that violated even minor crimes.
But it was lawful, so it probably enjoyed that.
I mean, it was enslaved to
But it was
basically
following the
execute
law.
jaywalkers. The thing is, it wasn't. It's kind of like the way that you guys were essentially sentenced to death for trespassing. It's kind of like an way to overreaction to stuff.
Okay.
So it's been said multiple times ever since even Ben's initial attempt to gather information as a bard that the law has been taken to a much more extreme level recently.
Right.
And so that dragon was imprisoned as part of that. Nebuchadnezzar he pointed out that this, and then that a nearby area was its lair. As a DM, kind of outside of that, I pointed to the large mound of mountains in the distance here that I attempted to step as being the potential lair for where that dragon came from.
Alright, so adamantine is fucking expensive, so I'm just gonna take 400 masterwork steel bolts, or well, 200 steel bolts and 200 wood bolts.
Okay. And you got the prices for them?
Yeah, I already subtracted it all, because it's just 31 every 5.
Okay.
Which is significantly cheaper than 301 every 5.
I don't know. It's like, who would have thought magic weapons would be expensive?
They're not even magic. It's fucking masterwork.
All right. What do y'all want to do? You want to figure out the curiosity of the hamsters, or the mystery of the dragon?
Well, caveat to that, as Ben and I think Grave were getting at last time, those control rods from those creatures that you found underground in the sewers and in the dungeons had control rods, and along their tags had matching tags with just a straight up number on. And when you inquired to Nebuchadnezzar about that, he pointed out that these control platforms had numbers, and you guys noted they matched those same numbers on the tags of those creatures you found. And they were 57 and 58, which were these two over here.
Where?
The three, again, as I keep pointing out, the three giant gears that are attached to this main table have their own control platforms and giant archways with stained glass doorways, but they're kind of like high up above the ground.
Okay.
And only pointing that out because this quote unquote mountain I have on this gear over here is essentially linked several times on these gears to a platform with a number on it that you don't have via a creature with that number tag and a matching control rod.
Gotcha. Are you saying it such that that we would not be able to get to the mountain because we don't have that one? Like it's blocked off?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So we need to figure out these hamsters. All right.
Can we talk? Can we ask the hamsters anything? Do they talk?
If we had a
They
druid.
don't talk. when you had a druid and Pontius Pym could speak to animals, and all that you guys derived from them is that they feel anxious not being able to run in their.
Oh, okay.
They're not very intelligent. They were kidnapped and chained up and trapped, and now they were locked away in dungeons, and they have no desire other than to be back in their appropriate locations, and running. And again,
Okay.
that's not something new that you found out. That was from the old conversations that Oso and Pontius Pym had with those. And I'm pretty sure they shared that information with all of you.
Okay. So maybe we should go look at these entryways to these gear.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's our best bet. Just do a little investigate. Let's investigate one that we have. So I think we have this one over here.
Down here? Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. By look, you of course mean, plug one of the hamsters in, right?
Well, we weren't sure if we could walk straight over there, right? Because they're guarded by these inevitables.
I mean, guarded isn't quite how I'd phrase it. It's more just like, I mean, they are standing guard, so to speak, but it's more like if something is amiss, then they'll become activated. Like, these are essentially like a small company of like companies of Modrons and stuff that are sitting around. There's slave not auctions per se, but there's slaves trapped over here.
Sexy slaves.
Yeah, and I think I told you guys before. This is also the location where you were jailed temporarily when you were jailed before the arena. But the inevitables, the colossal inevitables, anyway, are kind of just. They're not really like moving. They almost just look like colossal statues standing next to the archways of the next gear.
Is there any sign? What the fuck? Is there any signage near the gate?
Signage? You mean a sign?
Yeah, like a sign. Like warnings or whatever.
No. Like I said, the only thing different from this platform above is that there'd be a doorway in the middle of it. There'd just be stained glass.
Okay. You want to just try to enter? See what happens?
Well, you can't
Well-
get up there either. Like, so these control platforms, like on the ground, they're just there's kind of like a smokiness coming from them, and there's at the center, it looks like not an effigy, like a socket, a gear-shaped socket at the.
Everyone, get on the here. Who's got the? Who has the control rod?
I believe Pontius has at least one of them, but we'll
I
just
thought
say
the
that
control
they're
rods were still tied to the collars of the hamsters.
Yeah, I thought
right.
we tied
Yeah,
them off.
yeah. I think the first one was like. Actually, no. The first one, I think Don removed it, and then he took the collar off, and then or something like that.
Oh right.
But I didn't take it or anything.
Okay.
Did we leave the first control rod in the sewer?
I don't know.
No, I know someone has it. I just can't remember who has it. But I think if we all agree to use it, then that person would bring it forward.
That's
Yeah.
a good idea.
Where is my little
Your little what?
model thing? Where am I?
Oh, you're over here. You're right.
Over here.
Oh, actually, wait. You're not here. Where are you?
Here, I copied you.
Oh, I see me.
All right, cool. Let's insert the control rod.
Alright, and just for clarification, you guys did long rest before you got to this point?
Yes.
Okay. Oh god.
Whoa.
Whoa!
What was that?
How long were you waiting to use that?
I actually kind of forgot what it did. I was like, I know this is animated somehow, but I forgot what it is. Basically, as you activate it, you don't like float up and go through it, but the doorway does kind of crack open, and as it happens, you're kind of ensorcelled, I guess, in wind like that, and you appear on the other side of this gateway. And as you do, the gateway behind.
Oh, cool.
Well, we're in.
That was easy.
We did it.
Was there anything around? Anything alive?
So as you get to this point, you notice a giant mechanical wheel at the center of this unmoving, like an inner cog on top of it, and then this giant mechanical wheel.
Wait, where's deranged character?
I'm right. I'm good.
There we go.
It's not super as important at this stage that you have characters at every single point here until we're actually fighting. Just kind of say what you want.
No. It's important so I can count. All right. Cool. I guess we can just summon the barn and bring out one of the hamsters and see if he gets back on the.
All right, because Ben, I'm assuming, went in and left. So
Yes.
it's not back
So.
down here anymore. Okay.
Nope.
All right, you summon the barn up here, I guess, Ben.
Yep.
Okay.
Hopefully, no one notices. And barn just appearing. But
I mean, there's nobody here, so
oh, are the monodrones inside the wheel not actually there?
what monodrones?
It's a bunch of.
I don't know why those are there.
Cool.
Oh, they look. Oh yeah, those are weird. That looks like it
That's
just
funny.
got stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how they got there. I mean, roll for initiative. No.
It's a good thing I took the initiative, Pete.
So we just have to get the hamster in the wheel? Is that?
I'm gonna like shove it. Like get on the backside of it. Go to your wheel.
Oh my god, how many of these things are there?
Go to your wheel.
I think that's it.
Oh, okay. Apparently it's full of, like, secret mode rounds. No wonder the hamster...
Go to the wheel.
Alright. You don't even have to motivate it that much. I think I might require a handle animal under other situations, but at the moment you pull the hamster out of the barn, it sees its wheel, and it is very easily led back to the wheel, and it starts running. And as it does, this middle cog begins to spin, and the doorway behind you, it reopens again, kind of to imply that it's been this whole cog has essentially been reactivated.
Yeah, I say we GTFO.
Hell yeah.
We're not even gonna look around. There's another gate up there.
Oh yeah, there is a gate.
Ah.
Let's just go over to the gate. Let's go over to the gate.
We've only got 2 hamsters, right?
Yep, we're missing
Yeah,
one
two.
still.
So we need to look for that other one. I'm gonna insert the control rod, or whoever, if we agree, insert the control rod on the
Yeah, that's
platform.
Okay, you insert the same control rod, and it once again does stuff.
Yes. Uh oh.
Someone got lost in that.
Someone died.
Oh no. Oh,
Probably
there I.
Flynn. It's
Nope,
probably
I
Flynn
see
again.
me. I see me. I'm good. I am still on the table.
Alright,
Yeah, thank you.
this is
Oh
gonna...
no! Everybody just died.
What?
Oh, did you put him through the middle of it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, is the
Yeah,
middle.
yeah, it's a hole. That's why.
And game over.
And then they all died.
The secret reason I didn't set up a lot of stuff on these cogs is because there's the secret hole through them.
Mm,
Before the party had a chance to react, they all disappeared in the void.
And and that's why I put these wheels to you across the center of the cog over there too, because it covered up the hole. But let's just say you didn't do that. I'm gonna just so in Mechanist, a lot of these gears obviously go vertical as well. So I'm going. Okay.
Would the
So-
barn fall through too?
new secret house.
All right. Let's just say at this point, traversing these cogs is going to be more of a physical endeavor than a magical one. You've essentially barred off this. I'm going to say call it this branch of cogs, and so you can now access this branch. And as these cogs progress, naturally, they'll lead up to, you see this other floating cog way up in the air?
With a castle on it?
Yeah.
No, hang on.
Yeah.
Let me find it.
Wait, I have
You
some
gotta
magic
zoom
cubes.
all the way out.
Oh. Yes, that one.
So
Okay.
let's just say there's a series of cogs that go up and out, and they eventually connect to a very massive cog. And I'm going to quickly traverse the actual necessities for doing that. Let's just say suffice it to say that generally when you go from one cog to another, there's generally like skill checks and stuff required to do so, but I'm not going to sit here and make every one of you roll checks to go from one to the other X amount of times so we get to the theoretical spot. Let's just say like an hour or two pass while you all help each other traverse up to that point. Is that fair enough? Or
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I can't swim.
there's no
Can you
water
bring back
cogs.
my character model.
Oh, yeah, where is your character? Hold on, let's see.
It fell into the void at some point, I guess.
If it fell through the void, they generally appear somewhere in the middle, which is around. Well, I don't see
It's up here, is where I got all those from, and
I see Click
he's
Clack.
not there. But his
No, he's there.
his old grammatical. Oh, it is. Oh, okay. I
I
can't
see
see.
Oso and Click Clack up there. They're like trapped under this bell.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Anyway. Hope you brought the smoke with you too.
And Root.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
Apparently the black line is also a black hole.
And just like that, I'm gone.
Let's
Right.
stop worrying about the positioning, because like I said, it's not super important here. Like I said, it is more just for the visual effect of showing that there are gears everywhere, but you can understand why I didn't want to actually have fight encounters across them. So. Anyway, you're not
Okay.
even there anymore. You're all the way up here at this big cog, and even up here, this is probably a lazy way of depicting what this actually is. Because right now you're seeing a giant like castle, like gateway. It's actually more than that. It's actually a whole, like almost like a city district, like on the other side of this castle like gate.
Oh, okay. Not to scale.
Yeah, not to say the least.
Cool. Interesting. So it's like an entire. Okay. So we can just walk through this little gateway over here.
Yes. I wouldn't worry about moving your models because obviously it will just fall through at this point.
Yes.
Let's just say
Right.
you all cross through the gate, and as you do though, you get a very odd sensation like around you. That these buildings, like as almost somebody's watching you.
Can I check for ooh, let's see. Would that be a mechanism check, or would that be a search for trap?
I can do either.
Yeah, I might do both. Back.
Oh my god, I can't even get a roller strip on here.
Oh no.
Oh, there we go. There's one down here
Okay.
by the red barn. You guys can
Cool.
see it. Although they're inevitably going to be flopped through the hole. So.
No, I don't want to look at that. I keep. Oh wait, maybe. Okay. So, yeah. First, I'm gonna see if I can detect any traps. Oh no. It was a 10. Oh wait. That will be a 24.
Nice.
Okay. You do detect traps. However, you're having a difficulty telling exactly where these traps are coming from.
Okay.
I know that sounds weird. Like, it's not like you just sense traps. Usually when you detect traps, it's like you're actually seeing physical attributes of there being a trap. But those attributes that you're seeing don't necessarily make sense. In fact, as you're looking around at these buildings, the buildings themselves don't even truly make a lot of sense.
Okay.
Like windows, like as you look closer, you'll notice like windows maybe being like higher up, or like doorways being like slightly like slanted to like left or right side. So, and you are seeing some attributes of traps around, like on doorways and stuff, but they seem like incomplete or placed inappropriately in some.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to roll with mechanism knowledge. See if I can figure out what do. Oh, probably not going to work. 17.
For a mechanism check, you said?
Yes.
Interestingly enough, you're not finding any mechanisms. And that's not even necessarily because of your roll or anything. You're just straight up not finding. And that, again, I think that ties back to even the detect traps. You're able to see things, but like they almost seem incomplete.
Okay.
Is anybody else making any kind of checks?
We all feel someone watching us.
Yes, I did let you all know that as you walked in like underneath through this gate of this like castle entryway on this cog, you see a lot of buildings around you, but there's an oddness to it, and it almost feels like something in the city is
I'm just
or
gonna
someone's
yell out,
watching.
"Hello? Is anyone home?"
That's probably not a good idea, since we're not even supposed to be in here, but okay.
Oh, really?
You hear a like a rusty creakiness coming, like kind of reverberating from several buildings.
I'm going to roll to move silently.
Okay.
I know I'm being watched, but maybe.
I'm sorry about that. I had to be right
No,
back.
that's okay.
Did you determine what was watching us, or you just got the feeling still?
She made a lot of other checks, and I don't want to explain a lot. Yeah, that one.
No, you don't have to.
That will be a 31.
For move silent? Okay.
Yes.
Are you going to tell us that you're doing that? Because then I'll just hang back.
I will. Well, I'm assuming you all walked through the archway because that was the general consensus.
Yeah.
But as you move silently, you're moving silently. However, it feels as though whatever's watching you still is aware of your presence, and you're not. Again, it's part of the the nervous feeling you're getting from being not nervous, but the sensation that you're being watched is still
okay. I'm just gonna say, quietly, be prepared for anything. I feel like this place is crap. All up and down.
As she says that, I'm going to detect evil.
You detect no evil. All again, except
60
for the
foot.
party members.
From 60 feet.
Yeah,
Okay.
you detect Flynn and
God damn it. Okay.
I'm not
Flynn is
neutral.
evil, right? Oh, you're
No,
not.
no, I'm just neutral.
What,
I think
what's your
I
limit?
think it's actually I don't think we have any evil
Chaotic
party members.
neutral, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's evil right now.
So you detect no evil at all.
Fuck. Not even faint.
Nothing.
And no
Okay.
one's answering my call.
Well,
Oh.
as you again, you heard like a rusty creakiness kind of coming from between buildings, almost as though like there was a wind like rushing through them, and then almost like a metal shutter is just like creaking. Like there's like the joints of these buildings had like a metal quality to them that was creaking under the pressure.
For sure. Alright, I'm out of ideas. You guys want to go?
Yeah, we can move forward.
By move forward, you mean walk further into the center of this district or whatever
Oh.
you want to call it.
Yeah, what do we see? Are there like buildings and people,
Yes.
or is it
There's
just
no people. No people.
Oh.
Like I just said that there was a sensation that you're being watched. And when Madge was trying to inspect for traps and stuff, she found qualities of traps, but they were like missing certain attributes. Like they might be applied incorrectly, or they might be missing certain activation triggers and stuff. And then as she looked across to the buildings with windows and doors and stuff to see the said traps, she also noticed that various windows and doors and other qualities of these buildings were like inappropriately sized. Like they might be too high or too big, or like the door might be slightly sideways or different things like that.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
What?
Okay, hold on. I gotta check something on Roop. See,
Just a drunk.
because we don't have we only have one pure caster, and it's our bard.
I like how
But his
there's Garrus isn't here when he has a knowledge architecture. Probably could have.
right.
It's like every time I try to do something for people, that's when the person would show up.
Can I do a? Do you think would knowledge of the planes kind of cover this? What?
It'll have a higher DC since it's not, unless you want to be more specific than that.
Well, I'm not doing. I was just wondering because what I want to do is find out if the if this is extremely abnormal in the sense that like some sort of planar creature might be messing with.
Okay.
So would a planes check work for that?
Let's see. You did preface it a little bit, so I'll give you something maybe. But
well, what I'm worried about is if this is an illusion or not. Not necessarily an illusion, but because the architecture is significantly different than what we just came from.
Right.
So I want to see if we're being messed with, or if there's some like if there's a planar creature that likes doing stuff like this, just messing with.
Okay.
All right. Roop is making the check. Fuck, that's a 13.
You do not have a knowledge of this creature, which could tell you, well, if it is, I mean, you can straight up look at the model on the board. It's literally the only thing I have on this gear. I would just say that the fact that he doesn't know what you guys are encountering right now with that check should imply the rarity of the phenomenon that you are involved in.
Gotcha.
What? Does it look mad? I don't.
There's nothing to look at,
Okay.
really.
Nothing to look at.
It's
Right.
just building.
I was looking at evidence, yeah, and then. Okay. Oh fuck. Let's see. We should probably try to move through the streets towards the center.
Yes, and I'll make a ton of noise as I walk.
Okay.
What could possibly?
All right.
I'm gonna stand back and just cross my arms.
As you begin to move a little bit forward into the buildings, you encounter an even stranger phenomenon. Did you say phenomenon?
Phenomenon.
You know what I meant.
Phenomena.
Phenomena.
Do, 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 do.
The buildings, they start to actually move and reshape to form as you start to move through. You haven't moved a lot, but you immediately notice that the buildings begin to reconstruct themselves.
I see.
They do have an illusion-like quality, but you don't exactly suspect this to be an illusion, because it seems like an almost very real effect that somehow these buildings are manipulating themselves as to your presence as you start to walk through into this.
Did anyone
And at
else
this
watch
point,
Inception?
Yeah.
Okay.
and at this point, the little metal creaking noise with like the wind rushing through it you heard slightly before, it's now consistent. There's like a low tone howling in the background, and there's like a creaking noise, like there's a shuddering coming from all around from the various alleyways.
Does the howling sound like it's from an animal or something? Something alive or no?
Wind.
Okay.
Fuck.
Unless anyone has any better ideas, we can just keep walking forward and I'll keep clapping as loud as I can.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if we're
I mean, This sounds like a death wish to me, but okay.
I can go first.
if we're trying to announce our presence, I can help you out there. I can do a little better than some
Awesome.
clapping.
Yes.
How do people feel? We feel like making a grand spectacle entrance?
Yeah, I'm not
Hell yeah.
trying to hide.
Great.
Fuck it, why not?
Dexter starts banging on his cathedral bell. Not in any particular like pleasant song. It's just bong over and over
Just
and
to
over.
make noise.
Just to make noise.
Annoying.
Okay.
Loud, angry noises.
Oh god.
I feel like we're gonna be in another trial by combat soon.
I feel these
Day goes roar.
intelligent Thracian are like, how did you know our national anthem? But as you make all this noise and you gradually push forward through the buildings, you immediately hit a dead end, not a dead end, but the buildings kind of ensorcel like around in front of you, and they begin to construct themselves going upwards. Like buildings literally start to pile on top of other buildings and so on and so forth, like freaking Power Rangers Zords, except with like buildings basically. So this
Interesting.
creature in front of you isn't like the same model as the Inevitables down there. It's actually a series of buildings that are pulling itself together into a very vague, like humanoid form, but it's like extra colossal. There's like colossal and whatever in game is larger than colossal. Basically, it's
Oh.
Gigantic, I believe.
gigantic is smaller than colossal.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
Colossal
Colossal's
is listed as the
mechanically
largest.
the largest.
Is largest, yeah. So it's almost like larger than large, really, because it's
City
a
sized.
vaguely exactly. It's a vaguely humanoid-looking
Oh
city-sized.
my god, it's a risk.
The Tarrasque. Hopefully it's not a Tarrasque, because we need to re-roll characters if that's the case.
No,
Uh,
She's got a wish spell.
That's all we need, right? A level 9 wish spell.
Mhm.
Okay. Does it see us? Is it looking at us?
Well, as I said, as you first came through the initial gateway of this fortress gate, I said you immediately got the impression something was looking at you. So
That would be it.
oh,
Oh, this
right.
is the thing.
So
city is
this
looking at us.
monstrosity construct, whatever this is, it doesn't have like clear eyeballs, but it has like buildings that have been pulled together to form, again, like I said, a vaguely humanoid construct, kind of like from from a quote unquote torso going up. And to the best of your knowledge, because again, no face, etc., it is kind of towering above and looking down upon you.
Hey, buddy! I yell out.
I
It doesn't-
wink.
Oh my god.
Does he seem to understand them?
It's, I mean, it doesn't respond in any other particular way. It just for again, to the best of your knowledge, it's just staring back down at you.
I try to wave.
Click at it.
Kind of, it stares. Just, again, it seemingly stares for a few more moments, and then what looks to be an arm raises up, and it kind of mirrors back down at you. A similar attempt to wave back.
I give it the thumbs up.
Roop wants to try to speak with it too. He's going to say, "Hello there. We come in peace." And when Roop talks, he can actually communicate with any creature that can speak a language. So if it has a language, he can speak with it. The same as a tongue spell cast by a 14th level cleric.
Ask it if we can ride him.
That'd be an entrance.
After a long pause, it says, "What brings you to my domain?" And as it speaks, it's more like like an echo. It speaks in your language, like it's speaking in common, but it's kind of coming from like all different directions, from like wind coming from alleyways, like as if the city has essentially come alive and is now communicating to you directly.
Gotcha.
We're searching for hamsters.
Yeah, so Roop is going to interpret for the party. Unless everyone can understand it, then.
He says, everyone can understand because it is
It is common.
common.
Okay.
It's just the way that the message is coming to you is again coming through alleyways and stuff all throughout this little district of the city. This is, in a sense,
Not creepy at all.
a living city, really, is what it comes down to.
Okay. Day is going to ask if. Well, he's not going to ask. He's going to tell him that we're in search of a hamster because we know we're missing one of the hamsters, and it would have been number like 56, I think.
59.
59. Yeah. So we're in search of a hamster that's labeled number 59.
We wish to restore it.
Oh, gotcha. He says, "Yes, I saw you returning the beast to the cog down below. It's reopened my branch of mechanism. I can once again send my influence to the city below."
You're welcome. If you wanted to give us a gift or repay us for that service, you're welcome to.
He's not really quite sure what you want. He says, "I know a great many things. Perhaps I can assist you in that."
Oh, knowledge. Never mind. You guys are up.
Big words.
How may we call you?
He is known as now, or new, or it says NEAU. That's
NEAU?
Meow.
Yeah. I pronounced it now, but I guess you could probably interpret that a few ways.
It would be no in French.
No words, dude.
I am no. Ooh. Okay, well, would you have actually oh shit. Let's ask him what happened if he noticed us put this shit back, he probably saw what took the hamster in the first place. So Day is gonna ask it.
Yeah.
Along those lines, did he see how and or who took the hamster?
Yes.
Can we inquire what
He
it was?
ponders for a moment, and he says, "Are you aware of what Alhun?
Say the last word again.
Are you aware of what Alhun is?"
Day's gonna say no.
It's from a creature known as Alhun, is what stole the beast, at least from my branch.
Interesting.
And out of game, that's spelled Alhoon.
Right, it's a type of a lith, I believe.
What? A lith? Not more of those fuckers.
Not a lith. It's a undead aberration or something like that. All right,
Vampire.
so
Really?
no, vampire.
Sorry, I just looked up an Alhunan.
Magic user, Mind
And-
Player. Spicy.
Undead magic user.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Day's ready.
Mind player.
Where does he live? Where is he? Do you know where he came from? How he got here?
Oh god, it could be a lich.
He says the creature
It
was.
is a lich. Jesus.
Hell yeah.
It's an Illithilich. Ugh,
Hell
Here
yeah.
come-
Let's do this.
here are the tentacles.
Oh, you don't even know the half of it, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
Ugh,
Oh
tentacle.
yes. Oh, paladin senses tingling.
Is he still in possession of the other hamster?
He is unaware. He doesn't exist in his current line, in his current branch of Mechanus. However, he says the intention was to branch. The creature tricked him and his cousin to create things. The creature. Actually, let me rephrase this. I'm saying this back because I'm not reading off a script here. Himself and his cousin were tricked by a red dragon, but they weren't aware of what this creature actually was. And the Alhun is a manifestation of what was left behind to maintain the status quo of the city below. And so that they could not interfere with the city below, the creatures were robbed from their devices in order to cut them out. As far as like what they are, though, they're obviously like a living city. They're essentially a manifestation of a living city.
Awesome. Okay. I have a feeling I know where that Alhoon is. Points to mountain over yonder. Fuck. Okay, we need to figure that out.
If you're not going to straight up ask it, I'm going to straight up tell you to.
Oh no, he's gonna. I'm like Day's asking everything relevant.
Oh,
pretty
okay.
much. He's just following. It's like a system of following questions up. So
Okay. So keep asking.
okay, so the next follow up. Well, one of the follow ups is going to be who is his cousin, because that might also be pertinent because he might have more information.
His cousin is called Julius. No.
Where might we find Julius?
Sorry, game just crashed.
Oh no.
No, I see it. Forge of Julius. Yeah, it's over. It's opposite side of the map.
Okay.
It's the one with the missing hamster? Or the one we
Yeah, it
have?
looks like it is.
I do want to ask the city if I can ride it before we leave.
He's not going to leave this location.
No, me, like us, before we leave.
I don't understand. What are you
I want
asking?
to ride the city. I've ridden a dragon, 2 dragons, an elephant, and a bunch of other stuff. I want to put a city on that list.
Okay. There's no wrong in that.
Just because you know what? Fine. He mows what looks like one. Jeez, freaking game. He takes the hand that you kind of waved to you earlier with, and he lowers it down and for you to kind of get up onto.
Excellent. Cool. What is it? Is it like a creature name or? So I can
It's
write it
based
down.
off of a creature I found called a zeitgeist, but it's not 100% matching.
Okay. Thank you.
You guys,
While y'all
get back.
cheaters looking shit up.
No, I'm just taking copious amounts of notes.
Oh, nice. I don't take notes. Day's not smart enough to remember things. But he's not dumb enough to be dumb. He's just average.
Oh, Madge is just ADHD AF, so if I don't take notes, I'm lost.
Day has the intelligence of a commoner, so that's how I roll.
What is the intelligence of a commoner?
10.
Fuck.
I'm not wise, but I'm smart.
So street smarts.
Yes. Sort of.
So what other questions were you going to ask him?
Okay. Let's see. So we wanted to know about Julius. Okay, the deal with Julius. Let's see. The next question. Oh shit. Kind of. My thought process got interrupted there. Hey, I should write down notes.
See, it helps.
He was okay. So him and Julius helped the Red Dragon, unbeknownst.
Right.
Unbeknownst to them,
They were commissioned for a project, basically, and they didn't know what that project was exactly because they were not hired, but let's say commissioned to do a great work, unbeknownst to one another on how those projects would be used in conjunction. And once they found out what it was too late. And the dragon basically locked them away here and then raised this Alhoun as a great guardian, essentially to make sure and lock down this district of Mechanist.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm gonna ask if he's seen the Alhoun recently. So beyond just the Alhoun taking the hamster, but like has he seen him recently? Does he come and check up on him or anything?
He's actually never seen the Alhoun. He just knows that's what the creature is. Gotcha. Alhoun's just out of game. It's they're more like masterminds kind of thing. They're not likely to go, at least in this sense.
Roger. All right. So
I mean, you can kind of tell that by the nature of the city anyway. A lot of the things that are happening are clearly based off of